of me. If you don't already, please Hey, it's Annika here with Sniff Dog. Do you have a Kong lying around your house and have no idea how to actually make good use of it? Or do you have a dog that snubs the Kong when you stuff it either too hard or too easy? I'm here today to make sure that you are enriching your dog's everyday life with the use of a Kong. At Sniff Dog, we're here to teach you how to speak dog. If you can have a better understanding of your dog, you can have a relationship built off trust and fun. We want to come on this wonderful journey of pet ownership with you to help empower the love and connection between you and your pup. Before we get started with today's video, I want to give a loving shout out to Jess Ballanger. Thank you so much for your continued support. We see you sharing all of our videos with your friends. If you want to be featured in our YouTube videos, make sure that you send us adorable photos of your dog and also give us a like on Instagram and comment about the videos that you want to learn more about. If you are staying to the end, you are sure to enjoy some bloopers, and please don't forget to download the training tip sheet. All right, you clicked on this video because you're keen to learn about how to stuff your dog's Kong. That tells me a few things. Number one, you have no freaking clue what a Kong is. Number two, it might be that you're just putting a few treats in your Kong and your dog's done with it in a matter of seconds. Or number three, you give your dog Kong and they leave it because they have no idea how to unstuff it because you made it too hard. In today's video, you will be sure to learn exactly how to set your dog up for success, but also to understand the significance of stuffing a Kong for your dog on a daily basis. Let's jump right into that. Dogs require far more mental stimulation than we give them, generally speaking. And we're also really busy people, so sometimes we can't give them what their innate needs are exercise-wise on a daily basis. If the weather's bad, or you're having to work late, or your dog is a little bit restless, or they don't like being left home alone, these are all moments when using a stuffed Kong that you have prepared for them in advance will definitely work in your favor. What you're gonna need for today's video are a whole bunch of tiny breakable treats or your dog's kibble, a whack load of wet and weird ingredients to stuff your dog's Kong with, and a Kong, obviously. Dogs' lives can be pretty mundane at times, and providing them a daily Kong that is creatively made or made with love and giving them different variables to sort of navigate and scavenge for will actually tire this old thing out, which will change their behavior. Dogs are natural scavengers, and so we often see scavenging behaviors practiced outside when we're on walks, like picking up garbage, hunting for chicken bones, or eating goose poo. If you provide your dog a daily scavenging and mental outlet in the home, they're less likely to practice those problem behaviors outside of the home. It's also a really lazy way of tiring your dog out or distracting your dog so you can get some work done. You can thank me later. So let's get to tip number one. First and foremost, you need to buy the right size and type of Kong for your dog. That might seem pretty straightforward, but most people don't know what a Kong is, so I'm here to educate you on all the fine little details. Basically, Kongs come in three different styles. The first style is baby blue or baby pink, and those are puppy Kongs. That means that the rubber itself is actually much softer than the other style of Kongs, and it's best suited for a dog that's not super destructible in nature, and so that their soft little baby teeth can sink into the rubber without it hurting or breaking any teeth of theirs. The more standard type of Kong that people use are the red ones. Red ones are best suited for an adult dog that is small, medium, or large in size, but that are not super destructible. Now, if you've got a bully breed or a really hard chewer, a dog that destroys every toy you ever gave them, and you're worried about them being strong enough with their mouth to break a Kong, you want to go for the black Kongs. The black Kongs are indestructible. I think that a lot of dogs do destroy them, so you just want to be careful about making sure if you do have a hard chewer that your dog is never left unsupervised with the Kong. In terms of the size of Kong to buy, obviously it should be matched to your dog size. You want to make sure that their mouth cannot get totally around the Kong because there's obviously a choking hazard associated with that. I always coach people on going bigger rather than going smaller, just to err on the side of caution. People that buy these baby, really super cute mini Kongs aren't gonna get very far with stuffing it, so you definitely wanna go larger rather than smaller, even if you do have a smaller breed dog. Okay, a few extra tips regarding making sure that your dog is willing to work for food out of a Kong. The whole point of a Kong is to stuff food in it and to keep your dog occupied. The idea that your dog works for their food is best served through a Kong and other interactive feeding toys. But if your dog has really low food drive, meaning you put their food down and they're like, meh,
I don't really care about eating that, I'll eat it later.
you really want to make sure to be giving your dog a 10-minute window to eat all of their meals. I know that sounds harsh, but I promise it works. After 10 minutes, if they don't eat their meal out of a bowl, then take it away until the next scheduled meal time. After a few days, they're going to start to understand,
holy shit, if I don't eat the food when it's available to me, I don't eat, so I better eat when the food goes down.
Once you have higher food drive because you've conditioned your dog to eat when it's available, you can start to make them work for the food out of the Kong. That takes time, so be patient with your dog. And also make sure you're not giving them a whole bunch of free treats and free food throughout the day and then putting some food in an interactive feeding toy like a Kong and expecting them to want to work for it. You need to make sure that they are working for the majority of their food so that they don't expect to get other food for free. And on that note, just know that every dog's food motivation is generally different. If you have a super high drive, food motivated dog, they're gonna love anything you put in a Kong and they'll be willing to work for it. If you've got a snob like me who's like, nah, I don't really care about that, then you're gonna have to be a bit more creative with the type of Kongs that you pack, and then also making sure that you're putting super delicious food in the Kong instead of just their meal. Tip number 2 is to collect the ingredients needed to stuff your dog's Kong. Now this seems really straightforward for those of you that have easy food motivated dogs, but for other people, we don't have a clue what the hell to put in the Kong to make our dogs want to work for the food in there. So get creative, have fun with it. Dogs can actually eat safely a number of fruits and vegetables. They love meats and cheeses. Ideally, there are kibbles in there. You also need to be strategic about what tops the Kong off to make sure that all of that good stuff you've stuffed in there actually stays in. If you're the type of person that feels guilty that your dog is eating the same meal every single day, this one is gonna be a fun one for you. I call it the taste test. You wanna just go ahead and let your dog try a whole bunch of fruits and veggies, not in the Kong, just for free, to see what they like and don't like. Cedar here will go bananas for bananas, or cucumber. A lot of dogs love crunchy things or the sweetness of a banana. You can try carrots, peas, blueberries, berries of most kinds are safe for dogs. And so just get creative, invite your dog to the kitchen and start doing some taste testing. Whatever it is that they take for free, they're very likely to work for out of the Kong. Okay, don't worry, we're gonna get to the part where I tell you how to stuff the Kong. However, in terms of ingredients, remember you need something loose and small that can move around in the Kong. You need something wet that will hold it all together, or at least top off the top of the Kong because it's got a big hole in it. And you need something mixed into it to entice them to lick at it for half an hour. If it's just their kibble loose in there, again, they're gonna get it out right away. The point is to give them something to do for half an hour so you can go do you. A couple of ideas to keep it moist and sticky together. You can soak kibble and then put the kibble in there so it's full of water. You can use pumpkin puree canned so that you can mix that with the kibble or the treats you're using or the vegetables you're using or the meat you're using, so it's sort of like mushy food when you put it in the Kong. You can do yogurt, you can do all kinds of spreadable stuff. Wet food, a lot of people use peanut butter. You want to use natural peanut butter, not the sweetened kind, because there's dangerous ingredients in some peanut butters for dogs. But overall, you need the loose stuff, you need the mushy stuff, and you need the wet spreadable stuff to keep it all together when you put it in the fridge or in the freezer. Okay, let's get to tip number 3, which is to stuff the Kong strategically. I've alluded to this a little bit, but I'll simply reiterate. If you just put loose stuff in the Kong, it's all gonna fall out. So you can do a couple of things. You can do a multi-layered Kong where it's a different fruit, vegetable, or food item on the inside layer per layer. And then the top of it has a centimeter or so of wet stuff. And then you freeze it so that it all mushes together and hardens before you give it to your dog. The multi-layered version can be easier or harder depending on how much you pack it. A super packed Kong is a harder Kong for them to get things out of. So if you've got a really food motivated, really excitable dog, you wanna make sure that you are packing your Kongs really, really tight. The more wet, ooey gooey, spreadable stuff you put at the top, the harder for them to break into the actual ingredients inside the Kong. So the thicker that top layer, the harder the Kong is to get through as well. Now, obviously, the tighter, the harder, so it's important to also practice really loose bits in the Kong if you've got a giver-upper like I do. This guy, I give him a Kong and he looks at me like,
what the hell do you want me to do with this? Are you gonna unpack it for me or what?
So for Cedar, he just works for straight peanut butter and the inside of the Kong smeared with a couple pieces of treats to help fall out as he's licking at it. It doesn't last very long and he will not eat it if it's frozen. So similarly to people, every dog has a Kong preference. If you have a dog similar to Cedar that just gives up really easily, start with super simple Kongs. And every single day that you make it a little harder by adding more or putting the pieces that you put into the Kong bigger and bigger so they actually have to work hard to get that food out. So as much as we put these Kongs together to bring our dogs joy and to give us a friggin' break from them, it should be fun for them. So if you find that your dog's getting really agitated and barking at it or moving away from it and revisiting it over and over and over, almost like they're frustrated, they don't know what to do with it, you probably made it too hard. So pick it up, make it easier, and put it back down for them. However, if you're just getting a few little barks and then you've got this dog with a vice grip on a Kong and they're going to town at it and they're really just licking and licking and licking and biting and gnawing and their breathing is changing and they're so fixated on the Kong, you're welcome. Your dog will be so tired after that focused attention and problem solving and enrichment. So if you've got a dog that goes and gets it and is crazy for it, make it super hard for them. It should frustrate them a little bit. It's a good experience for them to have to learn to work through those frustrated feelings. All right, one last fun little tip. If you've got a Kong crazy dog, you can hide it every day in a different place around the house and play find it for the stuffed Kong. Stuffed Kongs are also super handy for anxious dogs to keep them busy when you initially depart so that they have something else to focus on. Have fun with it, get creative, change up the menu every day, freeze it if you want to make it hard, don't freeze it if you want to make it easy, and just enjoy watching your dog work for their food. It will definitely tire them out for you. Quick general things to avoid would be to leave a stuffed Kong on the ground if your dog's decided they don't want to eat it. That teaches them that they don't have to work for it, they'll just get it for free later. It also diminishes the value of the offer, so pick it up in 10 minutes if they don't eat it right away. Another thing to avoid is making it too hard for your dog so they find it an extremely frustrating experience. And lastly, don't forget to wash your Kongs. They need to go in the dishwasher after every single use. All right, friends, thank you so much for watching this video. Please, please, please don't forget to tag me so that I can see your dog enjoying the delicious Kong that you made for them, compliments of me. I hope that you have fun with getting creative with the recipes that you use. And if you don't already, please follow us on Instagram so you see all the extra little training tips we give you every single day. Like us on Facebook and share and comment and tell us what you want to learn more about. And if you don't already, press subscribe on YouTube and the notify button so you find out when our next video comes out, which is every single week. Don't forget to download the training tip sheet I made for you and enjoy the bloopers. Thanks for watching Slow Food Drive.
No, I don't need to go into that much detail.
For your dog, both mentally and... Guys, I can't do it. I can't do it today.
It's not gonna happen.